to Mesquite out there, East Texas, to work on a Dodge Durango 3.6, that V6. And I feel like it's gonna be storming today, so that's fun. Gotta take the 30. Oh yeah, it's a storm coming out here in South Dallas. That's where the park, the fair, state fair typically is. Well, they play a lot of soccer around this area, and they have a lot of art events. A lot of art venue spots. So we'll be picking up the parts today at a car lot. Train moving slow as hell. Installing alternator, some spark plugs, ignition coil boots, some other stuff. That's so cool. Now y'all know how the whole lane works on Highway 30. Almost there. Oh yeah, so we're back at this one. We're going to be replacing that alternator and some routine maintenance. Me swapping out them spark plugs and ignition coil boots, and making sure we don't run into any kind of caterpillars. Placing this alternator. All right, first things first, disconnect the battery cable. Got a nice storm going on. Storm repairs. It's my favorite. Alternator replacement is pretty simple. Just right on side the engine, bolted with 3 13mm bolts, and you just use the 3/8 ratchet to take the tension off the belt. Disconnect the battery cable from the rear of it. Should be a 13 also. Might need a wrench for that. Make sure you disconnect this battery cable also. And yeah. Look at that. Not bad. This reminds me of them days riding to school in storms on my motorcycle. Put it on pause a little bit. All right, we got that new alternator installed. The thing that might be the most difficult is probably just holding it in the right place at the right time while working at least one of them studs in through the engine. That way you can wire the other ones up. Before you do that, make sure that electrical connector is on there tight on the back, and also that power wire is secure. It's a 12 millimeter on the back. So now all we gotta do is put this belt back on and tie down this ground wire right here. Make sure you don't forget that. It goes at the bottom stud of the alternator. It's 2 bolts on that, 2 13s. So it's 4 13s total. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Alright, new alternator installed. Now we're going to hit these spark plugs. It's pretty simple on this one once you move the intake plenum. 10 millimeters. And I recommend replacing the boots because some reason on these Dodge and Chrysler engines, they always seem to tear up the boots. So if you try to use the new ones, you may risk having a misfire. And these are 8 millimeter bolts. You just got to find the ones all around it. They shouldn't come off, but just make sure you don't lose them. Disconnect all the, it's the map sensor, that's the air intake sensor. I don't think you got to disconnect the throttle body sensor, or the throttle position sensor. Evap hoses, be very careful with these crack, sometimes made out of plastic. And All right. Sound like it's a high-speed chase near. Anyways, we got this tune-up taken care of. The most difficult part you're gonna run into is just freeing every bolt that is holding this intake plenium down. You got the 8mm on top, and you got some a corner one right there, and then the ones along there, another 8s, and then you got some 10s, and then you got to be careful with these vacuum hoses, these emission lines. There's one right there, there's one back there. This side's pretty simple, just move this out the way. But the most difficult side, you're gonna have to move this thing out the way. I want to say it's a thermostat, but I don't think it holds any coolant or anything. It could. Let me see, let me look into it. All right, got the battery, last step to that. Yeah, remove this out the way. I disconnected this and cleaned it. Make sure all your sensors are back. And good to go. On to the next. That was a nice little storm we got too. Nice little storm.